Abigail, Jess, police tell us the two met at this Walgreens right over here after the victim's car broke down. They tell us the two exchanged numbers after that, and that's when all the trouble started. Police say this all started with two people befriending each other, but that wouldn't last long.
This is kind of an unusual case.
Police tell me this man, 53-year-old Kenneth Lee, approached a woman whose car broke down in northwest Oklahoma City.
The suspect actually gave her some money, and she also exchanged phone numbers with the suspect. The suspect later asked her for some lewd photos from the victim.
Authorities say after the victim told him no,
he made several threats towards her, including a bomb threat.
According to the police report, Lee sent about 7 messages threatening to blow up the victim's apartment building. Police say he also demanded she give his money back. We're told the victim let police know immediately when this happened, and Lee was taken into custody soon after. Paris Jones, KOCO 5 News.
Lee is charged with 1 count of making a bomb threat and 1 count of threatening to perform an act of violence.
A detached garage up in flames. We brought this to you as breaking news during our 6 o'clock newscast. Firefighters say flames were shooting from a building at Northwest 19th and MacArthur. You see that heavy smoke too. The fire also burned some power lines. Crews have been able to get that fire under control tonight. The country's eyes really on the East Coast as now Tropical Storm Florence, no longer a hurricane, continues to slam the Carolinas. A meteorology team, though, from OU is in the middle of that storm. Look at the flooding here. The team's goal is to study the eye of Florence. They say Florence is a slow-moving storm, which has allowed the team to gather a lot of information.
This kind of ability to provide a wind map, a first-glance wind map, just after the event has occurred. I don't know if it's ever been done before. I think we're the first to do this.
The team told us they're exhausted, but they say that the data they're gathering is worth it. They do plan to head back to Oklahoma tomorrow.
And tonight we're getting more views of the aftermath of Florence. At least 5 people confirmed dead.
Meteorologist AJ Burnett is in North Carolina surveying the damage.
Heavy rain continues buffeting southeastern parts of North Carolina. We've had as much as 20 inches of rain and no new reports recently. And the reason is because most of this area just doesn't have any power. Take a look behind me off in the distance, Wrightsville Beach. You can't see it. There are no lights on out there. There are no lights on in Wilmington either. This remains a very dark place to be at right now, and overnight tonight that rain will just continue very heavily at times. The wind will gradually start to subside, but unfortunately because of the slow nature of this storm, we're going to be dealing with rain right on in through a good portion of your Saturday and maybe even into Sunday as well. Final tallies are going to be very impressive when all is said and done after this storm is finally done with southeastern North Carolina. In Wilmington, North Carolina, I'm meteorologist AJ Burnett.
A pair of burglars chased down by the homeowner. Now they're facing felony charges.
Police tell us kind of a convoluted story here. They say it happened near Southwest 26th and Klein. We have some video, look. They say the victim pulled up to his house, found these 2 teenagers inside. He confronted them. They all got into some kind of fist fight. That's when both the suspects and the victim jumped into their separate cars, continued down the road. The chase ended in that. Did you see the suspects crashing into a woman's fence? Both of those teens were arrested.
Robbed at gunpoint. That's what happened to a man who was just eating his lunch on the northwest side. Police say the victim was sitting in his car near 14th and Woodward when 2 men pulled up in a car behind him. The victim says the men pointed guns in his face before stealing his car keys, money, and his lunch. He says one of the men even fired a shot into the air. Tonight, police are still looking for the 2 suspects.
The case of an Oklahoma sheriff getting a second look. Today, the state of Oklahoma filed an appeal to re-examine evidence against Garfield County Sheriff Jerry Niles. Niles was charged back in 2016 for the death of an inmate found dead in a restraining chair. Police say the inmate was tied to the chair for 2 days before he died. The charges were originally dismissed due to a lack of evidence.
A cold case being re-examined 36 years after an Oklahoma woman was brutally murdered. It happened back in 1992 in Prague. Sherry Lakin was found by her 6-year-old son. Police say she was strangled and stabbed at the hands of someone who has never been caught.
Somebody does know something, and our hopes with a case like this is that in putting the information back out there on social media and spreading the word is that the right information will reach the right person, and that person will come forward and give some kind of closure to Ms. Lakin's family.
And they say the last time she was seen, she was sitting in the passenger seat of her car.
A stolen car found in a pond. Yeah, this happened in Luther. The police department says they made the discovery just southeast of town yesterday. The car had Texas tags. It was reported stolen out of Newcastle. Investigators say the car had some damage on it before landing in the pond.
They're accused of making an arrest outside their jurisdiction. This is according to a woman who is now suing the town of Valley Brook. We spoke to the woman's attorney, and he says his client was arrested by Valley Brook police for drug and gun possession. The problem, they say, the arrest was made in Oklahoma City's jurisdiction.
We believe that they shouldn't be stopping anybody and arresting them and making them pay fines to the town of Valley Brook. It'd be the same as either me or you pulling somebody over, and you can't do that.
Her attorney says she's not the only victim here. They say that they're hoping to get all of the charges dropped. He says they're looking at thousands of other cases.
Thousands of dollars in fake cash found by police in Atoka. Look at that. They say they caught a man with a bag full of the funny money at a restaurant. Police say the bag had more than $11,000 worth of fake bills inside. And authorities say this crime is being tied to investigations outside of Oklahoma. They say the suspect here was booked into jail last year in Tennessee for the same crime.
Dodging a second trial, President Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, has pleaded guilty to conspiracy.
He has also agreed to cooperate in the Russia investigation. KOCO Sally Kidd is in Washington with the details on this plea deal.
Abigail and Jess, the big question, of course, is what kind of information does Paul Manafort have for prosecutors? Remember, part of what they're looking into is possible coordination between the Trump campaign and Russia. Paul Manafort cuts a deal with prosecutors, agreeing to cooperate with special counsel Robert Mueller. In exchange for leniency, Manafort pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges, including money laundering, tax fraud, and lying, as well as conspiracy to obstruct justice in the form of witness tampering.
He wanted to make sure that his family was able to remain safe and live a good life. He's accepted responsibility, and this is for conduct that dates back many years.
The charges stem from Manafort's lobbying work on behalf of Ukraine. Prosecutors say he hid more than $30 million from U.S. authorities by laundering it through various foreign companies and bank accounts, then lied on his taxes and defrauded banks to obtain loans. Manafort today admitting to cheating the government out of more than $15 million in taxes.
This is huge, and you got to capitalize HUGE.
Manafort has agreed to cooperate with the special counsel in any and all matters as to which the government deems the cooperation relevant.
The Robert Mueller investigation went from a Category 1 to a Category 5 gathering storm for the President of the United States.
Now, the White House released a statement saying Manafort's case has absolutely nothing to do with the president or his victorious 2016 presidential campaign. In Washington, Sally Kidd, KOCO 5 News.
New allegations tonight against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. They're coming from his years in high school. A woman is claiming during a party Kavanaugh tried to force himself on her. He is denying those claims.
An Oklahoma boy battling a rare form of cancer gets the ultimate birthday surprise party. Look at that. We were invited too. We'll show you the heroes, the local heroes, and the superheroes who were invited to the birthday bash.
And storm chances on the rise for tomorrow. Coming up, the timeline that storms will form and where the heaviest will fall.
Welcome back. A 5-year-old boy battling a rare form of cancer gets the ultimate surprise birthday party.
Bless his sweetheart. Wait till you see. KOCO's Paris Jones was there as this young boy got to meet some of his favorite heroes.
Chase Ballenbach has always loved his superheroes.
Would you be willing to join the Avengers as Super Chase? Excellent.
It's why he wanted a superhero-themed birthday party.
Chase couldn't make it, but in his place we have Super Chase.
One by one, he got to meet his favorite superheroes.
I'm Spider-Man. Nice to meet you.
And supervillains.
Nice to meet you.
Even meeting the heroes who don't wear capes. The birthday party was organized by a few people who were inspired by Chase's story. His mother Shannon says she's forever grateful.
We don't know how many more we'll have. So just seeing the smile on his face and everything that everybody's done for him, it means more than you could ever imagine.
Shannon says his form of cancer is terminal, but she says it doesn't stop Chase from being super, just like the heroes he looks up to.
Jace lives every day to the fullest. And everything's an adventure. You never know what he's going to do, what he's going to say, and he feels good right now. So we're just enjoying the time that we have.
Paris Jones.
Happy birthday, Super Chase.
KOCO 5 News.
He is just precious. Happy birthday, Super Jace. Looked like a great time tonight. Oh, the Swiftwater Rescue Team left early this morning for the East Coast. Talking about Florence now, you know, we caught up with this team as they were packing up to head out and help. 20 people make up this team, including several firefighters and 2 officers. They're taking 6 boats and 4 vehicles with them. More than 300 people have already been rescued from their homes, and those crews will be working around the clock to help out with any more rescues.
And here's the very latest, the newest information now coming in from Tropical Storm Florence. Winds 65 miles per hour, centered right over Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, although the rain really extends all the way up into Virginia, down into Georgia. So this storm will no longer become a hurricane, but while it has technically been